I'm trying to make sure that I'm talking to all my audiences tonight. I got to find something to hold this up. And I got plenty. You never been on a cruise? Okay, Lorenzo. Okay, so what you waiting on? What you waiting on? Is it a certain time of the year you can go? Oh wait, y'all. Pardon me for leaning over y'all. Okay, I think I got it. Is it a certain time of the year that you can, or there we go. Certain time of the year that you can or can't go? Because if you can go at any time of the year, you can book. Like you, so let me tell y'all something. I'm going for my birthday. Okay, then you need to start planning for it because if you're trying to go in May, it would have to be paid off by February, by February. Because usually you have to have a cruise paid off 3 months before you go. So anyway, y'all, let me reintroduce myself. I'm DF Russell, the cruise queen. I do call myself that on one of my pages, the cruise queen. Now, mind you, this comes from somebody who used to be very, very afraid of cruising. Um, Really based on you. Most people who are afraid of cruising, you only have one thing to base it on, and that's the Titanic, y'all. And truth be told, I hadn't even seen the Titanic in full up all the way up until maybe like I didn't see it until last year, I think it was. And truth be told, I still haven't watched it all the way through. It's just the idea of a ship going down. That's what scares people the most. But after I had especially after I had that car accident in April, I realized that it can happen in any means of transportation, the plane, the train, automobile, the ship, all of that, right? I think that's you, Norma. Hey, Norma. Yeah, but no, don't worry about that. Once you get on the ship, y'all, when I took a group of people with me on my first Mother's Day cruise back in 22, as soon as they stepped foot on the ship, they were in awe. They were so impressed, y'all. And I didn't take my first cruise until I was 40. Me and Lincoln did our first cruise for our 1 year anniversary. And when I say it has totally changed our life, it's totally changed our life. See, one thing about my husband, he doesn't really get like moved easily by stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, whatever. But when he got on that cruise ship, he totally changed, totally. And that's the one thing that I can always count on him saying yes to as far as a trip is concerned. If it has anything to do with cruising, he's ready for it, right? Between the ship itself and the excursions, he really likes the excursions. I can go for the excursions, but it's all about the ship for me. So right now I am, hey Renee, I probably got, wait Renee, you've never been on a cruise either and you on my team? Listen, y'all, let me think. I have 3 cruises booked for March, one in April, one in June, a Paris trip in May, one in August, and now trying to do 2 or 3 for December. Now I'm not going on all of them, but I'm booking all of them, and so I'm gonna get commission for all of them, y'all. So that's why at 11:13 at night I'm still up because I'm actually talking to one of my friends right now. Shout out to V Morgan, because we getting her and her family's cruise booked, and because her family is an extension of my family, I think we probably gonna go too. So anyway, December, y'all. December is the month to cruise. If you are looking for plans with family, Christmas, if you want to be on the ship on Christmas, if you want to go a week before and it's a little cheaper, but I'm a walk through one with y'all so y'all kind of understand, like, the pricing is phenomenal. So one thing about me, if you want me to book your cruise, I can book any cruise line, but my niche is Royal Caribbean and Disney. So Royal Caribbean is very family oriented, has a different level of class about it to me. No knock on any other cruise line. I'm just saying I'm loyal to Royal, and Royal is it for me. But Disney, whether you have children or not, hey Argentina, Whether you have children or not, a Disney cruise will blow your doggone mind. I thought that the first year, well, the year we were planning to take our daughter Paige on a Disney cruise, I'm thinking like we gotta have some other kids. I do not want to just be running around here looking at Disney stuff the whole time. She was like 8 or 9 or something like that. Y'all, when we got on that ship, and I don't know anything about India, saying, sorry, my YouTube viewers are asking me if I know anything about India. But anyway, I got on there. I was impressed with the food, the entertainment, the ship itself. Everything about Disney cruising is fantastic. You cannot go wrong with the Disney cruise, whether you have children with you or not. But you're gonna pay for Disney. Everything about Disney, you're gonna pay for it, but it's gonna be so worth it, y'all. So worth it. So anyway, the other option for me is hey Michelle Knox. You need the windshields. I got to pull Frame by DFR back out. I really do. Because Frame by DFR was killing that first year when we opened 32323. But Michelle, right now, what do you need the shades for? You need them to book a cruise. Have you been on a cruise, Michelle? Okay, so anyway, let me walk through this. So right now, this is what I'm doing. I'm going through a cruise booking for Royal Caribbean for a friend of mine who wants to go this year for Christmas, right? And again, I strongly suggest you want to give your kids experiences. Make sure, excuse me, if you want to give them experiences, make sure you put a cruise on the line, okay? You trying to go on a cruise in May? So this let's talk about this. Okay, so Royal Caribbean, and we had already chosen Wonder of the Seas. Wonder of the Seas is one of Royal's largest and newest ships. It's beautiful, and so far it's my favorite. I know it's only because I haven't been on Icon just yet. What's up, y'all? Okay, Michelle, I need the detail. I need to know how many people going with you so I can get you booked. That's all y'all, I am maximizing my 26. Let me show y'all something. When I tell y'all I'm so serious about my calendar this year, I'm so serious. I want y'all to say no white spaces. I know, Aisha, because I'm booking a cruise. Girl, I'm telling y'all, no white spaces. Now, this is so far, my January calendar. So far, okay? That's so far. No white spaces. You got to say no white spaces, right? No white spaces. No white spaces means business. That business means money is being made, okay? No white spaces. Same, because I'm talking about cruising right now. You asking me, I don't even know what you're talking about, saying, what are you talking about? I'm talking about cruising. You get on my live trying to talk about something else. That's what happens when you get on another platform and then you got people who don't really like know you. They try to change up what you're doing, you know. But thank you, Michelle. I need you on my team. What's your question, Chanel? I got you. Okay, so I chose Wonder of the Seas already because I was already looking. And they want to go now. My friend Valencia, she can handle like 7 or 8 days. Everybody can't. Here's the tip: when you take your first cruise, Lorenzo and Renee, when you take your first cruise, you should probably just do like a 5-day, 4-night. Don't try to do more than that, because sometimes you're just not ready. Like I've been on maybe about 14 or 15 cruises now in my life, I think, but the first 2 we did a 5-day, 4-night. It was perfect time. Not too long, not too short. It was perfect. So I strongly recommend for your first cruise, do something like a 5-day, 4-night. That's cool. So in this case, Valencia could hang with me and do like a 7, 8, 9-day. Valencia, don't worry. In a couple years, when I do my 50th, that's when we going. We going like for like 2 weeks, okay? But because her grandchildren are going, it's gonna be their first one. You know, you can't have them out there too long because you got to see how they're gonna be able to handle it, right? So we're doing Wonder of the Seas, Royal Caribbean, and we are looking at a departure date like starting around the 21st, okay? Yeah, it will be so fun. See, they have theme nights on Christmas, so like all of the Christmas pajamas and all that kind of stuff, you'd wear that like to dinner and like for all the pictures and stuff all across the ship. It would just be so nice. So in this case, they're going to have 3 people in their room. If you've ever been on a Royal Caribbean ship, you already have a loyalty number. Let me tell you how important those loyalty numbers are. I am racking up. I'm going to get to the pinnacle stage. That's like the highest level you can get to when you cruising on Royal Caribbean. And then that's when you start getting certain perks, certain discounts. They like really lay the red carpet out for people who are that high. So I think I'm like 4 levels up, 2 levels away from the highest. So, and you get points every time you go on a Royal Caribbean cruise, and you get double points if you get a suite, and we get suites sometimes. And if it's a longer itinerary, you get more points. Okay. So, if somebody's going and you're over 55, or you were in law enforcement, fire department, or EMT, or the military, sometimes there are other discounts that come along with that, right? And then I put your state of residency in there, because sometimes they even have promotions depending on what state you're in. So then I click search. Now it's only going to show me what's available, the dates that I put in there, December 21st, Wonder of the Seas. But I want to look, see that Wonder of the Seas, Valencia, this is what I don't like. It leaves Miami on Monday the 21st. It goes to Coco Cay, Bahamas on Tuesday, Nassau, Bahamas on Wednesday. Thursday, you right back in Miami, and then you go back home on Christmas Eve. I feel like if you're gonna take a cruise that close to Christmas, hey Christine, missed you at the meeting tonight. If you're gonna take a cruise that close to Christmas, then you need to be on the ship on Christmas. Now, if you got little kids, y'all believe in like Santa Claus and they got to be home for Christmas Eve. Well, that might be a good time. Maybe this is a good time to cruise, right? Nonetheless, I wish my friend was on here so then I could tell her. So here's the difference though. The lowest room, if you go on that itinerary, is only $755 a person if you get an inside room. But if you go like Christmas Eve, it jumped from $700 to $1,500. Y'all see the difference? Because you're leaving and gonna be on there on Christmas Day, is gonna be a little more. But if you don't care about being on there on Christmas Day, then you can go to 21st and the 24th and you'll be all good. So my friend wants an ocean view balcony. Ooh, all the ocean view balconies waitlisted unless she gets an ocean view with a large balcony. So I'll choose that for her. And check this out, an ocean view with a large balcony is $1,200 a person. For the first 2 people, the third person is only $500, $584. So when you put it all together, it's $3,100. So it really comes out to like $1,000 a person. Y'all, that's a great rate for a cruise, especially if you're going on one of the newer, larger ships like Royal Caribbean. So I know when I send this itinerary to my friend, she's going to be very, very happy about that. So, but where is it? Let me see, it's going to the Bahamas. Wonder of the Seas, 3 nights, 4 days. Coco Cay is Royal Caribbean's private island. So much to do out there. You spend a whole day there and still don't really have enough time to do everything. God bless you, babe. Good, Christine. And then Nassau. Yeah, if you ever go to Nassau, if you want some true, authentic jerk chicken, you gotta go to this restaurant right on the port called Chase and Tail. It was the best jerk chicken I have ever tasted, even better than mine. Like, oh my gosh, y'all. So I can't wait to get, I haven't been to Nassau since January of 25. So the whole year, the other cruises I took, I guess we just didn't go. I didn't choose the Nassau itinerary. But that's the thing, y'all. If you know where you want to go already, that's great. If you don't, I'm going to help you make a decision. And it's probably going to be nowhere that I'm going to tell you not to go. Although I did just see an itinerary today that I would have loved to book. It was going to Curacao and Aruba and Bahamas. And because of what's going on politically, I know that Aruba and Curacao is on that like do not travel list. So there's no way I'm going to be able to book somebody on that itinerary right now if they're worried about the political climate right now and everything that's going on. So I got to stick with the Mexico and like St. Thomas, St. Martin, Cozumel, Costa Maya, all of those. And some of those are the same ports on Royal Caribbean. And so a lot of times, people want to book, but you know what they usually say? Well, I don't, let me see something. They say, I don't want to book, I don't want to go to the same places. Y'all, I promise I don't have a problem with the same places at all, because I really like the idea of going on like a I really like the idea of going on a different ship so I can try all the ships out, but I also like the idea of going back to the same ports because you don't ever really get to see all of it. You know what I mean? Or you might want to experience a different excursion, right? I know that when we go zip lining in Honduras, if you've never been, let me book you to Honduras, Roatan, Honduras. And if you love zip lining, I'm not talking about kiddie zip lining that you do like in Vegas. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about true zip lining across the jungle. Like if you've never done that, you haven't zip lined yet, okay? And sometimes it takes being daring or going with a daring person. And so the only way I ended up going uh, zip lining across the jungle was because I surprised my husband with a cruise for his 40th birthday, right? And his birthday is the day after mine, so his trip is my trip too, right? But this time I surprised him with an upgrade, and that's when we got our suite for the first time. It was fantastic. And then for one of our excursions, I said, well, we're going to do the ATV, of course, but I said, we're going to do the zip line. And I was reading the description. I said, this is so up his alley. And we did. And the day of, I was like, I don't know why I'm doing this. I should back out. But I knew it would upset him if I backed out. So I went on and did it, y'all. It was the most exhilarating. Huh? Yes, it would have. It would have been the most exhilarating. I mean, it was the most exhilarating um, thing I think I had ever done. Like something so daring. So I strongly recommend that if you are going to do an excursion in Honduras, that you do the zip lining, please. So we're actually taking that itinerary again this summer when our daughter graduates from high school, and that's going to be our graduation cruise. And we're going to Honduras again. Honduras, Cozumel, and Costa Maya. So if you have never, let me check over here. If you have never cruised, here we go, and you want to, oh, okay, here y'all go. I've been missing all y'all little chats over here. Yep, I see y'all. I see y'all. Y'all probably still up late. Hey, Chanel Brown, how are you? So that's what we doing over here. So let me see. I think, okay, so in March, whew, I have to pull them all up, y'all. I'm still trying to see if I'm going to give myself a limit on how many cruises I'm going to book this year. Probably not. Probably not. I'm going to just keep booking because people keep asking. And when they keep asking, I'm going to keep giving. And then I'm going to keep getting paid. Now, for some of you who are out there like, well, I don't really have a trip plan, but I surely want to know how to book them and get paid like Denise. Then you need to just let me know. You need to inbox me so I can let you know what I'm doing and how I'm doing it and how you can do it too. I was on here talking about this the other day, and a friend of mine who works at a boutique was like, okay, I'm ready. She just had a birthday yesterday too. I said, that's a wonderful birthday present to give yourself. There you go, Miss Brenda. No, you did not miss me. I was just talking about you. Now, last year, you sent me your info. Send me your info now, and I'm going to get you in now. Y'all show some love to Miss Brenda. Renee, Michelle, y'all show some love to Miss Brenda. She's about to get started, honey. Her birthday was yesterday. She said she is gifting herself with her own travel business tonight. Miss Brenda, you better get on this, honey, because all of the cruises I have booked for this year, even if we don't go on them, you don't have to go on the cruise to book them. And you don't have to go on the cruise to get paid for them. But I'm going to. I'm going to book and I'm going to get paid for every cruise that I book, every trip that I book. So for those of you out there looking for something else, you don't have to go looking for another job. You don't have to look for a second job. I promise you, you can make money sitting in your living room. In your living room. And then if you're good and you book a lot like me, you can get some of those rooms for free. Thank you, Miss Brenda. Send it right now. I ain't going to bed until you send me your information so I can get you in tonight. Y'all, we had our meeting tonight in Milwaukee and got 3 new partners. These people said, I'm not waiting. I am not waiting. I'm ready to make this money. Right, babe? What you doing? Don't come on here with all of that on my live. No, I'm going. You going where? You going on the cruise? Well, come on, Miss Brenda. Stop playing, Miss Brenda. Listen, we talked about this a whole year ago on your birthday. Miss Brenda, you told me you are ready. Don't pass up this opportunity, y'all. Don't pass it up. Other people on here watching. Those of you who watching, thank you. Inbox me, Miss Brenda. I'm sitting right here waiting. I'm going to go right to my enrollment page. I got another travel advisor who said I'm not going to. Miss Brenda been watching me travel for years, y'all. She be telling me where I'm at. Like, I don't know. And I said, you look like you belong on the cruise somewhere with me. So let's go. Let's go on some of these cruises together this year. Y'all educators out there, y'all don't went back to work today. Y'all know those kids got on your nerves today. You need to start planning for that spring break and that summer break already like me. Better plan it. So I'm just waiting now, y'all. Miss Brenda finna get started. While y'all still watching, Miss Brenda about to get started. Y'all see all of those trophies right here? Those are my trophies from my business, from the work I've done in my business. See, over here you get rewarded. It ain't like when you have jobs and they just recognize you when you do something wrong. You actually get recognized for your work ethic and everything that you provide, all the results that you make, that you get over here. Y'all be on the lookout if you're in Milwaukee. This is no, baby, I don't want any of that. My husband on this kick this month, eating raw stuff. I don't want raw stuff. I don't care. My husband ate a whole banana yesterday with the peel. Why? They said it's nutrients, and I get my nutrients some other way. I don't want that. So, y'all, this month we're having a VIP gathering, a VIP event, just a networking event. We're not showing a presentation or anything. We have dates scheduled for that already. But we're having a VIP event. It's going to be a little mixer. My birthday is going to be embedded in that somewhere because my birthday is January 20th. Y'all know I talk about it all month. If you don't like it, you might as well keep scrolling because I talk about my birthday all month. And in a couple years, I'll be 50 and I'm already starting to look at where am I going. For like matter of fact, let me check that right now. Let me see what's going on in 28. 28, I will be 50 years old, 50 years young, whatever you want to call it. And I think that's the year. Miss Brenda, I'm waiting. I think that's the year that I'm going to do like a 2-week cruise. Doesn't that sound pretty good? Let me see if it allows me to book that far out. Let's see. 28. Oh, they got the nerve. They got the nerve to have 28 scheduled out. Let me see. Let me see where they're going for 28. 50, y'all. Dang. What did y'all do for y'all 50th? For those of you who are at least 50, what did you do for your 50th birthday? Yeah, I'm going to do what I love. I need a long itinerary, man. a nice long one. Like this one right here, Odyssey of the Seas, 12 nights, 13 days, 12 nights. Ooh, Legend. Let's see where Legend of the Seas goes. 9 days. You worked with That's okay, Renee. Let's see where Legend is going. I want to be on one of the newer ships, though. I know that. Icon and Star. Let's see where they're going. That was just 7 little days. This 8 days leaving out of another country. I do, you know what? I do wonder though. Let me check. I'm gonna see where these 9 nights, 10 days, 9 nights. I want to see where they go. They gotta go somewhere I haven't been, because for that many days you gotta have multiple stops, right? What do y'all think? Explorer though, that's a smaller ship. Adventure, Freedom, and where? These small ships. Yeah, I've become a little bougie with the cruising. See, they're going to Aruba, Curacao, Dominican Republic, and the Bahamas for one of them. Perfect day. Then they're going on another one is Nassau, Dominican Republic, Curacao, and Aruba. Same thing. I'm probably going to have to go on a different. No, baby, I don't want cilantro. The only thing I eat cilantro in is in that meat and cheese dip that I eat with Doritos. I don't want beetroot or turmeric. Y'all ever met anybody who goes on to like a serious eating regimen and they wanna convert you immediately? Like my husband does this every year, y'all. Every January, he goes on this really, really, really strict eating regimen. And then he tries to. I walked in here. He said he was fixing burgers, and at first I was happy, and then I said, never. I don't want any, because I already know he gonna fix something, some plant-based burgers or something. I don't want that. I'm not eating that. No, thank you. And it doesn't even smell like regular burgers. It doesn't smell like regular meat. It smells like outside meat, like grass. I don't want that. If I want to eat grass, I can go outside and eat grass. I don't want any of it. No, thank you. It sure ain't. I'm weak then. Okay, y'all. So I've already been on like almost every Royal Caribbean ship that I want to go on. Let's try celebrity cruises, because that's what we're going on in April. Y'all see how? Yeah, celebrity. That's something different, y'all. Let me put these dates in. Y'all really, 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 if you know anybody, if anybody has shared with you Planet Marketing and IntelliTravel, and if you've told them no, shame, shame, shame. You really are missing out on. There's nobody on this live that can tell me that they wouldn't like to make additional income doing something that the world is doing. Nobody can tell me that. If you do, I know you're just making that up. You just telling lies. That's really what you're doing. Telling lies. I'm trying to go somewhere I haven't been before. Bimini, Bahamas, Key West. I've been to Key West. Number of nights, more than 12. Can y'all believe that? That's leaving Barcelona, Spain. This one is leaving from Hong Kong, China. Bali. Wow, that's some different places to. They going to Singapore, Phuket, Thailand, Malaysia, 3 places in Malaysia, Indonesia, and Bali. I don't know that I want to go there. So I guess what they're saying. Oh, this one looks a little nice. Leaving Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Going to Aruba, Curacao, Bonaire, St. Martin, St. Lucia, Antigua. That sounds good. On Celebrity Eclipse. This other one, round trip from Fort Lauderdale. 12 nights, 13 days. Leaving out of Fort Lauderdale, going to Georgetown, Grand Cayman, Oranjestad, Aruba, Willemstad, Curacao, Castries, St. Lucia, Basseterre, St. Kitts and Nevis, San Juan, Puerto Rico, Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, and then back to Fort Lauderdale. Only $13.69 a person. Anyway, y'all, I feel myself getting sleepy. So I'm going to cut it off here. But make sure you all know, contact me when you're ready to book your cruise. That's the whole point. Contact me, Cruise Queen, especially if you're looking to go on Royal Caribbean or Disney. If you're looking to go on Carnival or anywhere else, I'm going to send you to somebody else to book with them. Because I don't book Carnival. I book Royal Caribbean and Disney, okay? So I'll talk to y'all later. Inbox me.